So with that, our first batch of renaming players has come to a close. Will Smith, though, stays at quarterback. You now have Totari Gerhardt as the other option. We have, again, Don Quixote at running back, again, as it was spelled. Redneck Cowboy at fullback with walk-on Richardson. Wide receivers, Hunter Ramsour, Peter Nuggy Jones, and Cheeks Clappinen, because why not? Tight end, Square Peg Round Hole, the new tight end. Good old Square Peg Round Hole. It's also a guy named Dan Dishman, which is great. Other freshmen, Tim Duncan Jr., Walk-on Brown, of course. Quartermind Sampson, the fourth. Endo tried to say some stupid bullshit. Old Greg Mangina's there as well. Let's see. Who else is new? Tom Grossi at defensive tackle. You got Max Milker at linebacker. Pepper Brooks and Dyson Mayo, the 20th. At linebacker. Okay, at corner. The former Quentin Jackson. And at punter, Milkshake Jones. The new additions to San Antonio. God help us all. All right, so in terms of red shirts this season, it's a tough call. It is a tough call. Whether or not to redshirt one or the other. I think we redshirt one this season and then one the next. So we're going to have Will Smith sit out this season. And then Gerhard will sit out next season because Eddie Lee Marburger is pretty much our guy. Unless we were to choose to cut some of these guys otherwise. But I also can't bring in enough people to fill out the roster. Honestly, maybe that's what we should have done. End of season one is just cut all of those players to have walk-ons. But it's too late now. But also this team would have been so atrocious. So yeah, we'll redshirt Smith. Let's see. We are going to redshirt Don Quixote as well. He won't play this year. Let's run with the 91 overall running back just to get him out of here. We'll redshirt Cobbs out behind him. We'll keep Redneck Cowboy, walk-on Richardson. Holy wide receivers. We'll have our trio of freshmen redshirted as well. We're going to have to cut some fucking wideouts in the future. Tight end wise, Square Peg Round Hole. A lot of the guys we just brought in this season will not be playing, except if they're on the O-line, because we have a severe lack. Even Tom Grossi, we can't afford to redshirt. We have a severe lack of depth. Let's go ahead and redshirt Dyson Mayo. We'll redshirt okay and hope that he doesn't get mad. Jordan Mooks, honestly, we'll keep. All right, so yeah, a lot of the guys we just brought in this season, they are going to sit out for the year. Custom schedule-wise, I'm just going to leave it. Go ahead and auto-reorder. We will just leave the schedule and play the hand that we were dealt. Let's play the hand that we were dealt. And hope we have a really strong start to the recruitment this time out. That would be nice. It would be very, very nice to be off to a good start. White Fat Rock, level 12. We've seen that time and time again. So we do not, I'm upset. We do not start this season ranked despite finishing the prior season ranked. Let's see. So, in terms of what we were scouting, our particular needs, of course, we start off on the O-line. And so far, we're not immediately out of it for players, which is good. Okay. Defensive end. I mean, most of these guys did have interest in signing here anyway. But that easily could have meant we were very, very far behind, and we're not far behind for pretty much anybody except those kickers, which is nice. All right, so scouting-wise, let's see what we can do here. And see if we can find some half-decent players, most of whom have already actually been scouted. Let's scout the 15 that haven't been. God, Corey Newberry. Damn. All right. Hoping to find some absolute gems here. Sutherland's not bad. +8 for Aaron Petty, the athlete. Kickers, for the most part, stayed decent. All right, so now that we have everybody scouted already, sort this by overall. So on the offensive line, I mean, we can obviously take out Dan Stevenson because that's brutal. San Antonio's not a very good school, no. We always start with rebuilders. So we will start off. I mean, they might be decent, but in terms of like, you know, for someone who's like, oh, college football, is that a team worth paying attention to? I mean, not really. You know? All right. Let's have. Start off with Williams. Definitely Henderson. Honestly, let's offer him a scholarship. Let's offer Henderson a scholarship. We'll make a strong push early. Williams as well. Someone that we're definitely going to want. We got Aaron Flynn on the defensive end. Someone we definitely want to push for. The corners are all pretty shit. Except for Pennington. So we'll push hard for him as well. There's an amazing safety in Corey Newberry. We'll definitely push for him. There's actually quite a few safeties here. We'll go after Drew Bush because he's a 3-star. Then we got these 2 3-star kickers. What about athletes? Let's prioritize Josh Sutherland. And we'll go with Washington and Gandy. That works. All right. So that'll be our first bit of recruitment for this season. Again, we still don't really have any of our own prospects playing all that much. We are certainly going to be expected to be bad. Yeah, our current rank is 38th, and you can kind of see the outlook over the next few seasons. It's abysmal. It's abysmal. We have to capitalize on what could be some half-decent recruitment classes while our expectations are high. But we're expected to win this game, according to Kirk Herbstreit. But, yeah, we are probably going to get pounced on by Houston. Coco, you're just in time to watch us get absolutely pooped on by Houston. But thank you, sir, for the raid. I appreciate you, as always. How did the stream go? And welcome to our Texas-only challenge with San Antonio, as essentially requested by chat option. Hello, Derek Wareheim. Okay. All right. He is significantly better than our old coordinator, so that's tremendous. That is tremendous. So, offensive coordinator it is. We are going to want to start upgrading quarterback ability. best we can. And back to recruiting for week number 2. See what we got. Have we had any good luck here? We're still going to have to fight for Brian Williams, which is unfortunate. Fun sports games and nerdy stuff. I mean, that's every stream, and that's the dream. All right, we could put up more of a fight. LFC with the gifted sub. You love to see it. Top act. Congrats.
Highly unnecessary.
We do have Marco Johnson as a 3-star. We could push for him a little bit more. We have the lead on Henderson. Have a short lead on Williams. Okay, we're off to a decent start here. Decent, but not outrageous. All right, let's go after Jesse Smith because he is a 3-star, even though his rating isn't incredible. We'll offer these kicker scholarships, even though it's not looking that good. And then the athlete in Sutherland, we have the lead, but it's still very, very early. There was another 3-star somewhere. It was you. It was Marco. See what we can do. All right, so far, I mean, early on in our recruitment, we're looking decent. We're going to get absolutely dunked on by Arizona. Kirk's picking us for the second week in a row. That's the kiss of death. Yeah. We didn't get blown out, so maybe I was a little bit wrong. We didn't get blown out, but 0-2. 0-2 on the season. Thank God we have an early bye week. But yeah, that's not great. I feel like if you're simming franchise is better than the old ones are better than the newer ones. I would agree. There is a max number of scholarships. Yeah, it's 25. Or at least the 25 can be accepted. So. All right. How are we looking now? After those attempts, we're still a little bit behind on Brian Williams, but we do have the lead for Marco Johnson, which is good. Again, Samuel has a nice rating, but he is only a 2-star. Henderson, slight lead. Nick Williams with a slight lead. Still battling there for Flynn. A little bit behind on Pennington. Huge lead for Drew Bush, which is awesome. We're going to be out on Derek Washington, no doubt. He's gone. He's going to Oklahoma. But we can still put up a fight for Matt Gandy, the number 2 ranked kicker. And we still have a lead for Sutherland. Okay. We sort by OVR here. So we could push for Samuel. Let's double check our needs. Again, a center, defensive end, and safety. Actually, it was defensive line in general. And we don't have a defensive tackle on the board. Let's go see. Do I prefer 14 to 13? 13 still has its charm. I do appreciate the customization work, though, with 14. So. They're both very good games. All right, so defensive tackle. We do need somebody, anybody. So Bolden's definitely up there. I mean, honestly, in general, we can kind of target these 4-star dudes. I think we can take a couple of super low-rated guys off of our board. LFC, take it easy, man. So yeah, like Tyrell Davis. I mean, he's a 1-star guy. We only had him there because he was interested. Again, these corners are brutal. Absolutely brutal. We can free up those spots. And even some of these safeties are abysmal. All right, so let's keep looking for these defensive tackles. That is the next spot that we really need to focus on. Let's see, DT. Let's add in Bolden, Rhodes. I don't think we had any guys that were interested. So 3 stars, anybody who's really up there. Let's look at Wright and McIntyre. And then is there a bench press freak that was a 3-star? Donnie Hines. Look at Patton as well. I know you're not wrong. It's weird how that worked, though, isn't it? All right, so for these defensive tackles, is there anybody where it's frankly evident that we have no chance in hell? Anthony Patton, we have no chance in hell. Wright, we have pretty much no chance in hell. And McIntyre. All right, but we can focus on these 5. So Bolden's an 80, which is amazing. Wilkerson's a 77. Rhodes is a bust. But honestly, it might be easier to get him. That is the difference. It might be easier to get him. We are going to put our points on Matt Bolden for the week. But, you know, again, a 3-4-star guy being a bust might mean a higher team doesn't go for him, but he'd be a much better fit for us. And I just saw that we play Kansas State next, which, God, the hits just never end. We are going to get crushed this season. There will be no repeat of winning a bowl game or anything like that. We do have quite a few recruits who are ready, which is nice. But yeah, we are going to get dunked on by Kansas State. 0-3 is a virtual certainty. All right, so let's see. For tackles here, we do want to keep fighting for Brian Williams. We have a decent lead now on 3-star Marco Johnson, so we might put those points elsewhere. Samuel was starting to fall behind. We are definitely out on Chad Barnes. Yeah, we are falling behind on Samuel because we're prioritizing other people. So honestly, I think we can just kind of take John out of the mix. Brian Williams, Marco Johnson, 2 big targets for us. Guard, keep fighting for Henderson. Not really too worried about McKenzie, let's be honest, as a 1-star. JUCO, I mean, even Charles Jackson we can get rid of. Yeah, we can drop McKenzie. Center, big lead for Nick Williams, even over Texas, which is shocking. Defensive end, we're still fighting for Flynn. Looking okay at defensive end, but yeah, Flynn's the big focus unless we needed more than one, and we don't. Defensive tackle. Again, we sort by overall. We're out on Matt Bolden. No surprise. We're out on Wilkerson. We are out on Pete Smith. We're out on Donnie Hines. We're out on Steven Rhodes. So far, defensive tackle. Oof, do you have any recommended side defensive ability? I don't. Operation Sports is typically a good spot. My real only recommendation is just the minimum speed threshold slider being on 0. Like that way fast players are actually fast. Novel concept. All right, we got a nice little lead for Smith. I'm going to take out Jared Jackson. Take out Johnson as well. Arm's not bad. Big lead for Bush. Still going to fight for Newberry. Still fighting for Gandy. Decent lead on Sutherland. Decent lead with Petty. So again, it's offensive line, defensive line, and safety. For safety, we're looking pretty good. I just need to find a defensive tackle. And I don't know if we're going to have a good one. Like, this is probably going to play out like quarterback did for us last year, where we just could not find anybody to really fit. So let's look at Ty Brown, Anthony Patton, Chris Wright. What are the 3 stars do we not have scouted yet? John Goodman. All right. Let's look at those 3 stars to kick it off. I'm a little bit worried when it comes to our board about how this is going to work out. Patton's definitely going to Ole Miss. You're definitely on the way out. It's not looking good for defensive tackles at all. All right, we got to throw our name into the hat for those 3. All right, let's start scheduling out these visits. Get you in here against New Mexico. Henderson also visit against New Mexico. Williams. This New Mexico game is going to be pretty damn important for us. Pretty damn important indeed. There we go. Get those points on the highest rated dudes from here. All right, well, Kansas State, go ahead and kick the crap out of us. 27-15. We're not getting crushed in these games, but for the most part, yeah, it's not going well. We're 0-3 on the season. We are 0-3 on the season. Not amazing. Certainly. Our defensive coordinator just got better. We didn't lose any recruits, and we have a lot who are ready to visit. And it is that New Mexico game. They are 0-2. Go to our defensive coordinator here. Let's get the man coverage and press upgrades. We got a lot that we have to do here. All right, New Mexico. So let's see. One more time. For tackles, we're still dueling for Brian Williams. Still got to lead with Marco Johnson. Then Jeff Summers is kind of there as a fallback. You could argue we could aim higher than that. Still fighting for Kyle Henderson. Big lead with Nick Williams, which is awesome. Still fighting for Aaron Flynn. Defensive tackle. Fuck. We got nobody, man. We have nobody at defensive tackle. This has been brutal in that regard. Corner, Pennington, still fighting for him. Safety, still fighting for Newberry. Got a huge lead there for Drew Bush. Good lead for Jesse Smith as well. Gandy, we're up over Utah. My God, this cough, I can't shake it. It's rough. Like, I had a cold and then I went to Finland and broadcasted. My voice is just like, yeah, we're still not recovering here, buddy. Have fun. Josh Sutherland, though. Massive lead for him and for Petty. Ready for visits. Newberry. Schedule you for this week as well. Got Gandy. Now we got to start scheduling people. Perhaps for Tulsa. All right. We have a lot of people visiting. A lot this week. However, we have a massive issue. A massive, massive issue. And that is that we, no matter what the hell we do, can't seem to get a defensive tackle who is interested in this team. I mean, we're definitely down to the 2 stars and even the 1 star, like Anthony Yates. I mean, beggars can't be choosers. This whole Texas only thing. We knew it would be a problem eventually. And here we are. I don't think we can make any ground on McIntyre or Carter. All right, the rest of these guys, we might have a chance. +3 for Yates. +10 for Rich Hawk. Woo! 2 star, but a +10 up to a 67 for Dick Hawk. George Scott's a bust. Hines up by 5. Okay. All right. So we'll definitely put some points on Hawk, Brooks, William Hines. Those are going to be the guys. All right. So out of nowhere, we do at least have a couple of defensive tackles that we can start looking at, which is nice. All right, let's make sure we have points on our most valuable dudes from here. Continue to try to seal the deal. We still haven't had anyone sign yet. So this is a huge game for us against New Mexico. We are the superior team. We really do need a win with a lot of players visiting. Yes, okay, 35-10. Let's go. Let's go. We needed that win big time. Big time, big time, big time. Thank God. Whew. We needed that. We needed that. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Rich Hawk and not poor Hawk. Middle class Hawk. All right. Oh, Travis Pennington, the cornerback, goes to SMU. So that is the also apparently we set the NCAA record for longest interception return. Okay. Winning when players visit does have an impact, yes. All right, let's get our update here, but we know we lost that corner. We are in the lead for Brian Williams. We have a huge lead for Marco Johnson. Because North Texas is still in the green as well, we're going to keep points going there. Huge lead for Kyle Henderson. Awesome. Honestly, maybe even Brian Williams, we don't need to use those points. I'm going to take Jeff Summers out because I think we can aim for higher. But again, we do need a lot of offensive line help. Nick Williams, gigantic lead. Defensive end, big lead for Flynn. Couple of 2 stars. We're out on William Hines. We have the lead for Ross Brooks, and we're fighting for Rich Hawk. Cool. Let's really start putting up a fight for both of those two. We missed out on 3-star Pennington, which sucks a lot. So I believe we needed a corner. We didn't, but we were looking at him for safety help. Okay. So Newberry, still very much in the running. Huge lead with Drew Bush and with Jesse Smith. I think we can avoid both of these 2 stars now, although Keon Parham, I mean, him being a 67, we'll just offer him a scholarship. Still looking good for Matt Gandy. Looking great for Sutherland. Looking pretty damn good for Petty as well. Okay. So again, it's the O-line help. Kicker, we're looking okay. Defense, we're looking a little bit better now, as we are at safety. Best thing I'd say we could look for is O-line help. Even over skill positions. I mean, I don't know. You could argue go for the 4 stars that are out there first and then look elsewhere. Maybe we do look at Hodmiller and Wilkinson really quickly, just see if we have a chance. There's a 5-star running back, a 4-star running back. I don't know. Maybe we do start looking at some skill positions, like super high end. Ryan Holycross, what a name. Marcus Davis at fullback, but he's locked into where he is. There's a 5-star wideout, a couple of 4 stars, a couple of 4-star tight ends. And yeah, I don't know if any of these 4 stars that have any luck whatsoever. But it's worth looking. It's worth looking at this stage. And if none of them are available, then we start looking at the dudes, like 3 stars that are actually interested in coming here. So for these 2 quarterbacks, no chance in hell we're getting Wilkerson. No chance in hell we're getting Hodmiller. Running backs, no chance in hell with Christensen or Roger Justice. Yeah, so far this is going as expected. Might have a chance for Spurlock there because he's not quite locked into like one guy or one team. Matt Mays, Jake Coley. All right, we might have a fighting chance for some of these higher rated Texans. Maybe. Let's see. Might work out. Munoz. Of course, his name is Richard Small. That's a name one of you would give a player. Let's be honest. I think we might have had a Richard Small on Tulane back in the day. So let's see. Phillips, Davis, Everett, Brown, Dawson. Let's look. Other options here. It's going to be best to sort out this draft board. I would say draft board, recruitment board, as soon as we can. All right, no chance we land Phillips. Outside shot of being able to work our way in for the conversation with Davis. No shot for Dawson. Probably no shot for Brown. Definitely no shot for Everett. And for the kickers, no shot on Robinson. Got the Tate Love. Jared Harper. Okay, let's see. There were, I think, a couple other athletes. I think. Actually, quite a few. Walker, Vaughn, McIntosh, Turner. All right. So in terms of highest rated players left available, before we start looking at the dudes that are holdovers that are still interested in joining our school outright. All right, so wideouts. We do have potentially a shot for these 2. Spurlock's as good as advertised. Coley's not bad. Start talking to those 2. Williams again, outside chance. Oof. 64 overall as a 4-star. I mean, we'll still probably go for him, but that's a bit rough. see, McDaniel, he's as good as advertised. Bernard Scott, he's a gem. No wonder why Texas is in the lead for him. What about Sidney Harris? As good as advertised. We have Curtis Wilson scouted? Yeah, we do. And defensive tackle, we're good. So Sam Munoz. 71, still not bad. Okay. We also have an upgrade for White Fat Rock. I didn't even notice. Or at least I forgot. Go right back to recruitment. Extra 3,000 in the off season. Let's go for the pipeline because I want to get that much closer to unlocking the Saban factor. Yeah. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Can we beat Tulane? We still have a soft spot for Tulane, but they beat us, so never mind. I don't like them. I hate them.